This is my analysis, my channeled, intuitive analysis of Joe Biden's handwriting, and I found it super interesting. He is more ambitious and controlling than you might think, and quite single-minded. He's kind of distant and hands-off while overseeing the process, right? So he actually stands back and oversees the whole thing, but he's sincere, he's aspirational, and a very responsible guy. He takes his duties extremely seriously. He's quite focused on details, so it affects him when things go wrong, more than you'll know probably. He really worries about the fine print a lot of the time. But he's wise, he's conscientious, he's fiscally responsible, all the things you want in a president really. And there's a buck stops here feel to it. No, the buck stops here. I want this now. This must be done. He's good-humoured, he speaks from the heart, I mean he is sincere, but he stands for something. Right, that's important. He's not necessarily, though, respectful of his own emotional or physical limitations, and is likely to take on more than he can handle. Example, the dog thing, where he's hurt his foot already. I think he feels he can be a lot of things to a lot of people, and it could be too much if he's not careful. He has very firm ideas about what he believes in, but is kind of shrewd in what he's up to, without giving away the level of cunning he's employing. He's focused on getting what he wants without necessarily appearing to be. Pressure gets to him, though, as he tries to oversee too much, and this could turn out to be a burden. Maybe that's the shadow. He brings a complicated history with him, unshakable ideas rooted in personal experience, and is a total supporter and backer of others. He wants to lift up, encourage, and support them. But he's not afraid to wave a big stick as and when he has to get them motivated, to let them know what needs to be done. A lot of his outlook is based in the past, which you'd expect, I suppose, given his age. He brings certain rules and ideals from his history into the present and applies them. To him, they're indisputable. So he wants to be a cheerleader, but also a figurehead for something worthwhile. He could be impulsive. But once he's on the path to doing something, he's immensely reliable and steady because he listens. He has experts. He pays attention. Right? Collaboration. He's compliant. I still stick with compliant. He's been beaten down in his life. Well, we know that. His nose has been bloodied many times. But this has only bolstered his spirit and toughened him up. Don't be fooled by the smile. He's not a pushover. That said, he brings many personal issues with him to the table, and they're very close to the surface. Emotional concerns, unresolved problems for his past or the past of those he loves, things he can't undo or fix. They're bubbling just below the surface. Very, very close. And in many instances have to be held in. Like they're really screwed up and contracted and tight because he fears that if they leak out, they'll wreck his reputation or the situation he's trying to control. There's sadness, regret, and a certain equivocation on how much to give of his personal self to others. That's that same thing, that knot of tied up emotion inside. How much to reveal at an emotional level, what should be tossed into the public domain, and what should be held back. A large part of his motivation, drive, and inspiration comes from pointing to past events and saying, see, I've had that experience. I've been there. I know what doesn't work, and I know what I'd take back if I could. But this knowledge will make me and us stronger. Now, let's go. He's a guy of the people. He's a team player, and he listens. But he's a lot stronger than I thought, and a lot stronger than many people give him credit for. So I think the Senate knows what they're up against with him. They know him. He's been around for a very long time. He's not going to be a pushover at all.